Tell everybody a little bit about your programs. Which one would you want to elaborate a little bit about? The one that you're doing here?
I mean, listen, my objective always in life, and maybe I get this from my mom. My mom's a matrimonial lawyer, so I've seen her counsel a lot of people her entire life. And I've always wanted to make a difference to someone's life, right? And I don't mean weight. I mean just the way they look at themselves, the way they kind of perceive the way they're going to live. And each and every program that I've done has been to reach out to as many people as possible.
Yeah.
We started our online programs before the pandemic ever hit. We started 1 year before the pandemic hit. And my objective was, let's just put the information out there, right? Oh, I should have celery juice in the morning. I should have this in the morning. I should have hot water. It's all crap, right? It's just pure, simple crap that people have made up to sell something. So what I decided to do, and what I'm lucky I have a team that kind of backs me on it, is just put the facts out there. Eat good, clean food, train hard, things will happen. Things are not going to happen tomorrow. Things are not going to happen the day after. I'm not promising you anything in a month. I'm not promising you anything in 2 months.
Yeah.
I just want to change your lifestyle. And if I can do that, if I can make you fall in love with training, if I can make you fall in love with eating good, clean food, well, I've done my job. I'm done. Now it's up to you. So the way I've always looked at it, and I never had any coach coaching me in my life. I kind of had to learn on my own and make my own mistakes. I want people to be independent. I want to give them that information. I want them to make their own decisions, their own choices. So even with food, I never kind of say, eat so many calories, eat this, eat this. I'm saying, these are good for you. These are not so good for you. And these are things that I don't mind you eating whenever you want. So you give them that choice and you say, okay, now decide what works for you. Right? Now figure out what you think works on your system. And once you do that, once you empower people with the right knowledge, you've made them a lot smarter, you've made them a lot more effective, and you've made them capable of making their own decisions. And for me, that's important. I'm not going to be with you babysitting you your entire life.
Yeah.
I will not be around when sometimes you need to make a decision. So please just have the facts in front of you, make the decision. And that's what I wanted to create. So that's what we try to do through the programs. Handhold people for that period. And then hopefully they kind of fall in love with the process. What I came here to do and what I've basically been spending a lot of my time doing right now is RFT, which I started with Darul, who's Chris Hemsworth's trainer, because I love it. And I've never taught someone something I don't love.
It's called raw functional training.
Raw functional training. So it's something I love. It's something I genuinely believe in, because the side of the world that we live in, and when you look at India, it's a developing country. It's not a developed country. Not everyone can afford to go to a gym. Not everyone can afford to buy fancy equipment. Not everyone can afford go to a ground. Sometimes all they have is a 4x4 room and themselves. And that's what RFT does. It makes you use your body, and you don't need space, and you don't need time. You need a little bit of time, you're good. And that's what made me fall in love with it 3 years back. And I learned from Darul. I kind of did his certifications, learned from him. I hounded him about bringing it to India for a really long time. And then I think I just said, okay, when it's meant to happen, it will. And then he came to me and said, let's do it.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm really excited about it. And I hope people fall in love with it. I hope people fall in love with movement.
Is it something similar? Is it something that even Hollywood actors like Chris Hemsworth they do as well?
Chris Hemsworth does this. Yeah.
Hemsworth. I'm getting that.
He does
wrong.
that. Darul trains him, and he's trained him for all the Thor movies, and he's done RFT.
Jesus.
If you love what we are doing, make sure that you subscribe and turn on notifications.
Thank you very much for watching us on YouTube. Make sure that you also listen to us on Spotify.
This program is brought to you by Vyas Studios.